Australia's government says a free trade agreement with Hong Kong will add increased certainty for service providers and investors.
6,500 Australian companies export to Hong Kong and 7,000 export to China. So it's not a small market. So in some ways I think having a free trade agreement would just consolidate that relationship in Hong Kong's place in Asia as well as in southern China as a major trading hub, if you like.
But protests in Hong Kong raise concern about whether Australia should postpone ratifying the agreement. And Australia's largest trade union has expressed concern that provisions to allow visas for foreign workers will potentially take jobs away from Australian workers.
What they basically are saying is you can't have issues of immigration and labour market policy tied up with trade agreements. Trade agreements should really be about tariffs and quotas and market access. They shouldn't go to issues of the labour market that should be dealt with labour market policy, and it's a matter of globalisation going too far.
Regardless, a bipartisan committee has recommended that Australia ratify a free trade agreement with its 12th largest trading partner.
Without the security and the certainty provided by the free trade agreements, then it will become harder and harder commercially for these businesses, our businesses, banking, finance, and also insurance or fintech, to export or do any business in Hong Kong, which is the obvious market.
The agreement ensures zero tariffs on goods and services and continued access for Australian service providers and investors. More importantly, Hong Kong represents Australia's fifth largest source of foreign investment, which in 2018 was worth about 118 billion Australian dollars.
So what Hong Kong wanted in this free trade agreement is to have the same treatment as the other free trade agreement partners of Australia, to increase the review threshold for their investors, and that has been achieved under this agreement as well.
Australia's government is expected to ratify the free trade agreement with Hong Kong by the end of the year. Greg Navarro, CGTN, Sydney.